Hi friends, welcome to my channel. This is Manifest Tarot, and I am doing today a Your Week Ahead reading, and I have 3 decks and 3 crystals already set out. This first deck is the Halloween deck with this obsidian oval. The second deck is this Phantasma Tarot with a raw amethyst. And the third deck is the After Tarot with a polished amethyst oval. Both amethysts wanted to come out today. So take your time and, or not, if you already know which one you want, the timestamps are below. If you want to take your time, of course, take as much time as you need to look at the decks, get a sense of them and the crystals, and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose this really fun Halloween deck and this obsidian oval, which we will put here with its friends. And we're going to put this deck aside while we pick some oracle cards for you. So just in case you want to know how this works, how I do a Your Week Ahead reading is I pull 7 cards Sunday through Saturday, so 7 cards. I also do pull 1 tarot card for the energy for the whole week. And then I do some oracle cards, which are going to be more energy for longer into the future. So that's how that works. So this is our first oracle deck. I'm going to wake up the deck and ask it for a few cards for pile number 1's week ahead. This one wants to come out. And I actually feel like the spirit card wants to come out for this deck. This one is what I call the spirit card, is the card at the bottom of the deck. And for you, pile number 1, it's number 9, Rose Garden. I love this illustration. Look at her hair. Her hair is a leaf. And the butterfly. I just saw a monarch butterfly this morning. I know this is not a monarch, but I just saw a beautiful monarch butterfly this morning that was dancing right in front. It just was in front of my, it just came up in front of me and was just fluttering around in front of me. It was a very magical moment. And then this card came up, which it's doing it. She's having a magical moment with this butterfly. How beautiful. And then what do we have here? These are your other 2 oracle cards from this deck. We have number 16, Eva. And let's see. What a beautiful card. These cards are so beautiful. And then the third oracle card from this deck is 28. Can you hear me? She's a different type of mermaid than we are used to. Can you hear me? Card number 28. And I have another 2 oracle decks. I'm going to take 1 card from each. So we'll wake this one up and ask, ooh, this one wanted to come right out. For pile number 1's week ahead. Wow. So I know this is probably not a snail shell, but look, you have two. Wow, this is going to be significant for you, pile number 1. So this one is 41, the snail and huckleberry with trust in the invisible. What a beautiful card. Trust in the invisible. And we have one more oracle deck. I'm going to pull one card from this one. And this one has this nautilus shell on the front. So let's ask this deck to give us a card for pile number 1's week ahead. Unfinished Symphony, number 10. All right, so those are your oracle cards. And then we will take this Halloween deck and we'll give it a shuffle or two and ask it to give us some cards for pile number 1's week ahead. So here's this one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then actually I feel like this one wants to come out, so we're putting this deck aside for now. Hey, pile number 1. I had just started laying out your cards. I laid out the Emperor for Sunday and the Justice card for Monday, and then I realized that the my phone had stopped recording, so we're gonna start over again. It just was a couple seconds. Anyway, we're gonna start over again. So yes, this isn't a surprise for me, but it's a surprise for you. So this is the Emperor. This is your Sunday card. So you're starting things off right away with the Emperor card. You must be feeling in your power on Sunday. There's something that's going to make you feel nice and Napoleonic, maybe, I don't know. So Monday is the Justice card. And I had just been pointing out to you when I realized that my phone wasn't recording. I hadn't noticed this little doll before. It looks like a little voodoo doll. Pile number 1. Pile number 1, I don't know what's going on, but there's a little voodoo doll and some frightened turnips. This deck is so funny. So this is your Monday card, is Justice. Let's look at Tuesday. Wow, pile number 1, you have the Emperor and now the Empress. You are going to be feeling quite like in the seat of your power. And maybe there's something about your love life. I'm going to wait for a second, but like there's something about your love life maybe as well. So let's see, what do we have for Wednesday? The 7 of Pentacles. Thursday, the 5 of Swords. Bats are swords. Then we have, this is Friday, the 8 of Swords. And we have now Saturday, the Strength card. How interesting, pile number 1. Do we see all of it? It looks like you can. And now this card is the energy for your overall week. So let's see what this is. The moon. Pile number 1, I wonder. I'm going to put this up here. This is a little bit set apart here because this is your week energy. Meaning not week energy, but your energy for the overall week. So let's see what we have here. Obviously, we cannot help but notice that there's an emperor and an empress, your Sunday and your Tuesday. So I'm going to look at these also. There's a lot of, there's a lot of nature. There's the not mundane, it's just a lot of nature in your oracle cards that you would often see just in your day-to-day life. That's what's coming out to me from this set. The most exotic thing we have is this orchid, I believe. I mean, I'm assuming this is an orchid. And there's snakes in her necklace, which I like. But we have this orchid, but this is the most exotic thing in this big spread of natural things that you would even see in your own garden. I mean, we have this woman who's either turning into a mollusk. I don't know if I'm sorry, I don't know the name of this creature, but she's either turning into one or she's a snail type mermaid. But a lot of us live near a body of water, and you know, many people live near a body of water. This is not uncommon. Obviously, snails are very common. Even orchids are common. They grow in so many places. Butterflies and roses are common. So I'm seeing this theme of kind of taking not just a moment. This is not like some momentary thing that these oracle cards are urging you to do, but they're actually telling you over and over again, find the magic in the mundane. Find the magic in the things around you. That's what I'm seeing here. And then we have this one. I mean, of course, a lot of us see eggs. This looks like a robin's egg, right? It's a bright blue. If you don't know, if you're not familiar with robin's eggs, they're this blue color. Robins are a very common bird in some parts of the world. Maybe that's, well, it doesn't look like a robin, but there's a little bird here. Oh, and there's another bird here. Is that a butterfly or is that a bird? Oh. They look like birds. So we have birds and bird eggs here. What I'm seeing, pile number 1, is that there's this Your world is feeling like you are not playing it, so to speak, to its fullest potential. Your world is not feeling like you are immersed in the wonders of its beauty, of its life force, if that makes sense. You're being urged to come out of your shell. Maybe you have been manifesting for a while and you are feeling, this is the thing, pile number 1, sometimes when we're manifesting, we feel like we are going into this, oh my gosh, this egg and this person inside the egg is just so perfectly illustrating my point. We feel like we have to go inside our mind, which we do. We do have to go inside our mind. To manifest, we have to go inside. There's no one to change but self, as, Neville Goddard and manifestation gurus everywhere all acknowledge the same thing. There's no one to change but self. You have to go within. But these cards are showing you that sometimes you can just be so immersed in your inner world that you are closed off to the 3D. And what do we want manifestation to do for us? We want manifestation to provide us with 3D experiences. We aren't manifesting just to experience it within. That is the first place we have to experience our desires, is within. But being within all the time and not noticing the beauty, even in the mundane, being in our shell, being in our egg so much, is not what manifestation is meant for. Manifestation is meant to bridge the inner world with the outer world, the inner landscape with the outer landscape, to see what we have manifested laid out before us, like a symphony. Wow, pile number 1. What a beautiful message you're getting from these cards. So we will go day by day. The Emperor, you're going to be feeling in the seat of your power. So I'm wondering, pile number 1, if you're feeling so comfortable in your inner world that you are not going to the 3D, just as these are saying. Let's see what the other, so Justice. Are you weighing your options here on Monday? Are you weighing your options? Are you feeling or thinking as if one option is so much better than the other? Or are you saying either or? I feel like this message is just so permeating these cards. I feel like maybe you are becoming indifferent to the 3D, which we want to be indifferent to the 3D in the way it makes us know what we're manifesting. Let's say we're manifesting a sum of money, a certain sum of money. We have a figure in mind. And instead we're manifesting it. We feel like we're feeling it real. We're confident. We know that it's coming to us. And then we get instead of money, instead of getting the sum, we get an unexpected expense. Obviously, this would make a lot of people in the 3D depressed or upset or whatever, some sort of emotional response. But being so, what I'm trying to get at is being so indifferent to the 3D that you would think that either option, either getting the money or not getting the money, is the same. I feel like some of you might be stuck, or many of you might be stuck in this thing where you are taking such a step back from the 3D. You're in your egg, you're in your egg, but you've allowed the egg to become permanent. You've allowed the egg to become so insulating that you are not engaging in the 3D, and you might be starting to not even know exactly what you want in the 3D anymore, if that makes sense. So I think Monday's card is telling you that it's okay to know exactly what you want in the 3D. Manifestation is an inside job, but we want to enjoy the 3D. Again, so we have, this is so interesting. So we have this emperor in his, concrete block room. He's in there. He's in there. He's happy by himself. He doesn't really have, he has the cat, but then again, every single card in this deck has a cat, has that black cat. He's inside. But then on Tuesday, we have the Empress. She's outside, she's lounging. He's sitting on this stone seat inside. He has a couple flowers and a brain beaker. That's pretty much it. And that's it. And the cat's there, but the cat's even facing away from him. That's your Sunday. But by Tuesday, you're lounging outside. You have these beautiful fall leaves. You have these oranges. It doesn't make sense. Maybe they're apples. They must be apples. They look like oranges, but they must be apples. You have your cat is snuggling with you. You've got this beautiful purple velvet chaise lounge, and you have this beautiful warm red comforter. You're totally, instead of just a couple little flowers in your brain beaker, you have these beautiful vines that you're growing in this blue pot. This looks like you're engaging with the world again. It looks like Monday is a day of weighing what's important to you in the 3D and what's important to your inner landscape. That's what I'm seeing here, pile number 1. Then we have this 7 of Pentacles. And again, I feel like this 7 of Pentacles, it's work, it's showing you there's work that you have been working, and look at how much this little scarecrow has been gardening. The scarecrow has not been just standing around scaring away the crows. The scarecrow has actually been doing the growing of these pumpkins. And they're almost ready to harvest, and that's you. You're almost ready to harvest. Or maybe you are ready to harvest. These pumpkins look ready to harvest, to tell you the truth. Pile number 1. Your Wednesday, you're feeling, these cards are kind of saying the same thing, but this is kind of a passive introduction back into the 3D. Gently coming back in, enjoying what lovely things the 3D has to offer you. In this one, you're working. This one, you're working. In this Sunday's card, you're working, you're manifesting, but you're alone. You're encased in your manifestation egg. By Wednesday, pile number 1, you are working, but you're also in your 3D experience. There is nothing wrong with being in your 3D experience. Pile number 1. That's why we are here. We're here to experience the 3D, and we're also here to have that human experience. The good and the bad, but look at how pleased this scarecrow looks. Maybe this scarecrow was up at 3 a.m. some nights crying because his pumpkins were like, there's a, okay, bear with me. There's, across the field here, just right here, across this field, this other scarecrow had pumpkins that were growing like crazy. The pumpkins were growing like crazy. Let's say early June, the pumpkins in the field across the way were growing like crazy, and this scarecrow was out in the fields in the middle of the night crying because his pumpkins were barely sprouting out of the ground, and he just didn't know what to do. He felt terrible. He felt like a failure. Well, now we don't see these, the field over on the side here that we can't see. That scarecrow's pumpkins, the fruit never set. He barely had any pumpkins come to their mature form. And then this scarecrow's pumpkins, even though the plants aren't as big, he got tons more pumpkins. So seeing what you have accomplished, pile number 1. Your Wednesday card is showing you that it's okay to feel sad in the 3D if something makes you sad. We aren't supposed to be automatons who are so in our egg, who are so in our shell, that we're turning into a creature who is so encased in this shell, this egg, that we can't even be happy or sad. We can't be happy. We can't be happy or sad. Happy or sad doesn't matter. That is not us. We can be happy. We can be pleased. We can be sad. If something makes you sad in the 3D, it's okay to cry. But you just have to persist. You have to persist. And look at this scarecrow persisted, and look at what he grew. So let's look at Thursday, the 5 of Swords, Bats' Swords. So let's see, what am I seeing here? I feel like these are so intertwined. We have the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. And well, all right, so this card illustration is illustrating exactly what the 5 of Swords is. So this character took all the candy bags. Let's say they're all 3 of these kids went out trick-or-treating together. And then this pirate or bandit, whatever character, is larger than the other 2, older, and they were looking to him to be their protector. And then at the end of the night, he just took all the bags. He said, "You two go home empty-handed because I'm bigger and stronger and I can take these bags and you can't do anything about it." So now he has all the bags, and you notice he even has these bags in the front. He has so many bags of candy, but he has no friends anymore. He's going to wake up tomorrow with a stomach ache and no friends. They're going to wake up tomorrow still with their friends. They're still going to be friends. And then we have this 8 of Swords, which is feeling immobile. Feeling immobile even if it's not true. But in this case, I have to say that these bats don't look to me like they are wrapping her up more securely. It looks like they are unwrapping her. It looks like they're her ally. And then Saturday is this Strength card, and this Strength card, pile number 1, is showing us that who we think should be the creature that's in charge is the one that's scared, and the creature that we think should be scared is the one in charge. So what do we have? What do they mean? It looks like these should all be read together. So what do these mean for you, pile number 1? I'm so because I'm wondering if this is the energy that you're giving or the energy that you're getting. I feel like you could be experiencing or feeling like you're going to experience or having or memories of experiencing this where you feel helpless. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's you. Maybe you have emerged from your shell a little bit and re-engaged into 3D. But then you start feeling helpless, like nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change in my 3D. That you might be feeling like that. Nothing, you might be feeling obviously not about every single thing in your life. Hopefully not. Hopefully hopefully a lot of things in your life are good, and you might be manifesting 1 or 2 or a handful of things. But you emerge from your egg into the 3D, and you're kind of engaging with it, and then you start feeling helpless and hopeless. But then we have this Strength card, which is rounding out your week, your Saturday, and it's showing you that you really do have all the power, pile number 1. You have all the power. Even if it doesn't look like it, even if the situation should, like, logically seems completely reversed, like you have no power, you have all the power. The 3D is scared of you, pile number 1. And you can do whatever you want with the 3D. And so now this message of the Moon card for the overall energy of the week is completely clear in that this wolf has some anxiety and werewolf feels bad, but the whole world is full of beauty. There's a castle on the hill. The moon is beautiful and full. There's stars in the sky. There's a cute dog. There's a cute cat. There's beautiful flowers. There's this weird, I don't know what this lobster sign means with the arrow, but we're going with it, pile number 1. Your fears are completely I'm not going to say unfounded, but they are powerless. You have all the power. Pile number 1. This is what I see for your week ahead, pile number 1. And I know you enjoyed this reading because it was just so filled with such beautiful messages. And if you did like this reading, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future readings. And I will see you very soon. Bye. Welcome, pile number 2, to your reading. You chose this Phantasma Tarot and this Raw Amethyst. We're going to put this here with its friends, and we will put this aside. And I'm going to take a couple cards from this deck, this tarot, oracle deck. And before I get started, if you haven't watched a Your Week Ahead reading, I pull 7 cards, tarot cards, Sunday through Saturday, 1 tarot card for the overall energy for the week, and some oracle cards which are for the more long-term energy. So I'm going to pull a couple cards from this deck. And we're going to ask this deck to give us some messages for you for your week ahead, pile number 2. And I'm going to also pull the spirit card for this deck, which is what I call the card that comes from the bottom of the deck. So let me show you this. Let me make sure you can see it. And then I'm going to show you, this is a beautiful card, Moon Dance, number 4. Look at, she's on her tippy toes on this wire. Are you doing a balancing act? Well, let's see. I don't want to say anything until we see the cards. Ooh, you have number 3 as well, Sleeping Beauty's Dream. Wow. Sleeping Beauty wants a nice, big, beautiful house. And do you see she has a bird? And this card is Lorelei, number 31. This card and this card, there's some keeping things on a tether. Pile number 1. I'm sorry, pile number 2. All right, so let's look at, we're going to take this oracle deck and ask for pile number 2. Message for the week ahead. Let's see what we have here. This is card 35, the Ladybug and Sweet Pea with Happiness. Wow. Pile number 2, you have so much happiness. And remember, this is long-term energy. That's awesome. And then I'm going to take 1 card from this deck. What messages do we have for pile number 2's week ahead? Yin energy, number 2. Card number 2. Oh my gosh, this is so matching your crystal. Pile number 2. All right, wow. All right, let's let's pull your tarot cards. Let's wake up the deck and ask it to give us some cards. Oh, this one wants to come out. That's 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll put this aside. And let's see what we have here. So this is Sunday's card coming up first. King of Wands. You're feeling some manifestation mojo here on Sunday. This is Monday's card. The Strength card. This came up also in pile number 1. This was their Saturday card. And this is Tuesday's card, the Ace of Wands. Wow, you go from the King to the Ace. What is going on in your mental landscape, pile number 1? Let's see. So this is Wednesday's, pile number 2. This is Wednesday's card. Oh my gosh. Pile number 2, the World. You're feeling your oats here on Wednesday, pile number 2. All right, so then now we have Thursday's card. Oh my gosh, this is the exact same card from their deck. It's the exact same card on the exact same day as pile number 1. Wow, pile number 2. The 5 of Swords. And then this is Friday, the Knight of Cups. This is such a gorgeous card, such a magical card. And then this is Saturday, 3 of Swords. And then this one is your overall energy for the week. I'm so curious. The Magician. I told you you were feeling your manifestation oats. The Magician. And do you see on the bunny's ears are these stones in a necklace forming an infinity symbol? Wow. Give me a moment. I'm gonna somehow arrange these so we can see all of them. Just a second. Okay, so pile number 2, we have such an interesting reading for you. I'm going to go over the oracle cards first because we have, I feel like this wants to go over here for now. We have this very cerebral, magical cerebral quality, if you will, to your oracle cards and your overall energy. It's similar to the message from pile number 1, but it's more gentle and mystical, and also really deciding what you want to manifest. This card is telling me that you, pile number 2, are really deciding what you want your dream to be. Not what you want your dream, what you want your reality to be, what you want your 3D to be concretely. You are manifesting with great detail. Look at how detailed her manifestation is. Look at how detailed her mental picture is. And it is completely surrounded by her essence. This is her manifestation, and you couldn't get a better manifestation illustration that it's being birthed out of her head and manifested into being. And it's no coincidence that you got the Magician as your overall energy for the week. You are in your power. You know, again, this is such a cute card and such a wonderful card to illustrate this, because this rabbit is pulling a person out of their hat. And they're not pretending to pull this person. They are pulling this person out of their hat. It's happening in reality. They are mirroring each other. Pile number one, pile number two, they're mirroring each other. Pile number two. And then we have these, because they're just echoing the same thing. They're birthing these beautiful things. She's birthing the entire moon out of her mind, and you can tell because it's tethered to her. This moon only exists because she says it does. This ship here with all these people, they're tethered to her. It only exists because she says it does. It only exists because she's thought it. And you are manifesting happiness. You're manifesting what is making you happy. You're manifesting the exact thing or things that will make you happy in the 3D. And it's making you happy now. Look at how blissful she looks now. This is being birthed from her mind. And she's perfectly content right now. She's not seeing it in the 3D. Her eyes are closed. And she's perfectly happy. She's the master manifester. And then we get to this yin energy. To tell the truth, I'm seeing some of these cards. These cards are similar, but two of them, this has the yin energy, kind of. She's manifesting. She's not doing anything. She's not going and running out to the Home Depot and getting enough building materials to build this palatial abode, is she? She's thinking it into being. So in that way, the yin energy is satisfied. But these two, but she's enforcing her will, is my first point, pile number two. She's enforcing her will on the 3D by doing this. So that's not very yin. But also we have these two. They're keeping a hold. So you are staying true. You're persisting. You are persisting, pile number two. You are in the zone, but you're holding on. I'm wondering if this card is telling you that it's okay to let go and to take a deep breath and enjoy what the 3D has to offer you right now. Take a deep breath and enjoy your day. Interact with the 3D in your way, because you want to lightly hold it. You want to lightly hold your manifestation so that you don't have to. So what if she's feeling like she has to sit there all day holding onto this anchor rope? It's probably not going to be very fun for her. You can lightly hold it. You don't have to grasp at it, because its manifestation is yours. Very interesting, pile number two. And of course, with this Magician card, we know it's exactly about manifestation. And with this Sleeping Beauty's dream, very perfectly clear. And then we have your Sunday card. Again, you're feeling in your power, pile number two. You're feeling like this is your This is your world. This is your manifestation. Look at he's sprinkling things into life. He's dancing on his mossy hill. He's just, everything's magical about his life. But everything is the way he wants it to be. Does he feel, I'm wondering if the cards are telling you that you might feel like you have to, which is what he's doing. He's manifesting every single little detail. That's a lot of work, pile number 2. You can give room to your subconscious to surprise you. You don't have to manifest every single detail of your main manifestations, like how it's coming to you. I feel like this yin card, and probably that's why I wanted to put the crystal on it. This is what you're being urged to do, is to take a deep breath and loosen your hold just a little bit. You can, and look at how detailed it is. I mean, this is what Neville Goddard wants you to do. For those of you who like to visualize those details. Hold it in your mind, but you don't have to hold it in your mind 24 hours a day. You can let go and be happy in the 3D and know that it's coming to you in the 3D without keeping such a grasp on it. There's strength here on Monday. So pile number 2, this card is so interesting because it's a fire-breathing dragon. Everybody should be afraid of this fire-breathing dragon, but this dragon is actually breathing these flowers into existence. You can see the blossoms are coming out of the dragon's breath. The dragon's fiery breath is birthing flowers. And again, this is you. This is a miracle. Of course, flowers don't usually come out of fire. Flowers are usually destroyed by fire. There's some real strength. There's some real feeling of exact command and control here on Sunday and Monday. But again, is that making you happy in your day-to-day life? Are you feeling like I have to use all my strength to manifest what I want? You might need to really look at how much you are putting pressure on yourself instead of just stepping into the knowing. Pile number 2. Because this Tuesday energy, the Ace of Wands, this new creation, a birth of this new creation, pile number 2. And then Wednesday is the world. What a combination. You are birthing, it's like you're birthing this new world. And you're manifesting it expertly. But you don't have to expend all your energy 24/7 on that because, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice this. Okay, I'm sorry, let me finish my thought. Because it's already there, it's already created because you thought of it. You can give yourself some breathing room. Because breathing is what these two are doing. Look at this, they're breathing fire right at each other. Let's see what they look like. Oops. Let's see, I'm gonna try to hold them the way I want to. Look at this pile number 2. And they both kind of have the same expression. They're both very happy. So what are these telling us, pile number 2? What are these telling us? They're telling us that the Strength card is saying the same thing as the Ace of Wands, and it's saying the same thing as the World. These three are really being read, should be read together as one energy for you for the beginning of your week, which is lightly holding on to your manifestations, not letting go. But if you're in the state of the wish fulfilled, if you're in the state of the wish fulfilled, even if you have 0 signs that manifestation is coming to you, you're still creating. This dragon, do you think this dragon was saying, I'm going to just breathe fire and flowers are going to come out? No, it just happened. It happened that way. And you can take this Ace of Wands, new beginning energy, as a sign that you are able to take a step back and look at things with fresh, new eyes, not your manifestation itself, but your connection to it, and you just take a step back. That's the message you're getting. But I don't know if you see, but there's a little baby dragon here on this Ace of Wands. So these three are totally together. And again, the World is everything you want. Your entire manifestation game, pile number 2, is this fire-breathing dragon. You are the dragon, and this is your world. But again, look at how jealous this dragon is about its world that it's manifesting. It's kind of protecting it so much that it can't enjoy it. So are you protecting your, not protecting as in, you know, fighting people off, but are you protecting this vision of your perfect manifestation so much? So I'm going to try to illustrate my point by using this card. So what if she's manifesting this beautiful castle? This castle's so beautiful, but what if this little turret thing, tower, ends up being on here? Do you think if this little tower thing ends up, she finds this house in the 3D, but the tower is on here, she's gonna be like, nah, sorry, I don't want it anymore. I don't want this. I have to wait until I find the exact same thing, except this little tower is on here instead of there. No, she's going to be just as happy. So that's what I'm saying to you, that I see in your cards here, is that you can let go and allow the 3D to play out, and it might be more magical. She might be thinking in 2 months after she moves in and she has the little tower on that area, she's thinking, why did I ever think I wanted it on there? I love it on here. I love it on this other building. That's what I'm seeing. So pile number 2, this is such an interesting set of cards. We have this card, this illustration is so interesting. We have this character in the front. And number 1, who holds swords by the blade? So he should stop doing that in the first place. But let's ignore that. Let's pretend he's not holding them by the blade. But he's got all of the swords. So the 5 of Swords is illustrating that he is victorious in something. And these two are defeated and they're walking away. And you notice that only the figure in the foreground is in color, and the figures in the background and the background itself is in grayscale. So that means that they don't even have any color. That they are just grayscale figures walking off into a grayscale distance. But pile number 2, they're together and they have each other camaraderie and they're able to encourage each other. And this figure in the front has no one except swords that he is holding by the blade, and he's cuddling the swords as if they're a person. Look at how much he's cuddling these swords. He's cuddling them as if they're a person or an animal or something or someone he loves. But they're cold, sharp swords. And again, are you holding on to your manifestations so much that you are not enjoying yourself in the 3D while you wait for the full manifestation? And do you need to just take a deep breath, find your yin energy, and invite those two back and say, look, here, there's one sword for each of us. Come be with me in the color area. You don't have to walk off into the grayscale distance. So that's your Thursday card. Friday, again, a sense of adventure and a sense of loving the future. You can see that he is shooting off into the distance in the front. They're just pushing forward toward unknown future. But what is down below? Maybe there's a beautiful thing down below. Maybe they could have landed. Maybe it's going into nighttime and they could have landed and had a wonderful dinner and slept in a bed. But they're pushing forward and they're going to be cold and tired by the time morning comes. This is your Saturday card, pile number 2. And the thing about this card that's so interesting is that this character, this figure, is in the act of turning away from the heartache and turning toward the hope, the love, the whatever to you is opposite of heartache. Wait. All right, I'm going to ask you something. So close your eyes. If it's safe for you to close your eyes, close your eyes. Think about heartache, just being completely heartbroken. And then what is the opposite of that for you? Well, this Sunday card is, this figure is in the midst of changing from heartbroken to the opposite. He's in the midst of turning away. He's no longer touching this heartbroken heart. He's touching the whatever, the hope, the love, the affection, the warmth, the camaraderie, the belonging, whatever it is that you think of as the opposite of being heartbroken. Love, the love. We'll just say love. So my instinct is to ask you, pile number 2, what you might be holding on to so tightly to avoid. Is there some emotion, some fear that you have that's making you hold so tightly to your manifestation that you are not allowing yourself to take a breath and enjoy what you have right in front of you right now. Because whatever that is, you're being urged to turn away from it and turn toward the happiness right now. To be happy and fulfilled right now. You're manifesting something, yes. You're manifesting this beautiful house, beautiful castle, the whole castle, like, complex. But you are also in the now moment. You are experiencing your 3D right now. And that is what you have the world already. That's what you have right now in your 3D. And you're being urged to soften your grip on your manifestation and become more accepting of the bridge of incident that will happen to bring you your manifestation. That is what I'm seeing for your entire reading. That sums up the entire reading. And pile number 2, this is your reading. I really hope I know you enjoyed this reading because it's a beautiful reading, beautiful cards, beautiful message. And if you did like the reading, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future readings. And I'm so happy that you joined me, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You picked this After Tarot deck and this polished amethyst crystal. I'll put the crystal here with its friends, and we're going to put this deck aside while we get some oracle cards for you. So just in case you aren't familiar, I pull 8 tarot cards for you, starting with Sunday and ending with Saturday, and I pull 1 tarot card as the energy for the week. And the oracle cards are more long-term, overall long-term energy. So first of all, let's get this tarot deck. I'm sorry, oracle deck, and I'm gonna wake it up. And we have one right away, and actually we have this one. So I didn't even get to ask a question, they just popped out. So I'm also gonna get the Spirit card, which is this deck is encroaching. The Spirit card, which is the card from the bottom of the deck. So this is card number 16, Eva, with this gorgeous orchid. This card also came up in pile number 1. All right, I'm so curious what the other 2 are. We have number 14, The Art of Seduction. Ooh la la. And let's see, your third one is number 5, Bloom. I have a lot of flowers here for you, pile number 3. And 2 of them are roses. 2 cards. It's roses. All right, we're gonna do 1 card from this oracle deck. And we'll ask it to give us a message for pile number 3 for the week ahead. And for longer. Oop. I love this card. This is card number 17, the Coyote and Datura with Deceit. I love the coyote. And we will take 1 card from this deck. What message do you have for pile number 3 for the week ahead? To be fair, number 38. So we have number 37 and number 38 right next together. Or I'm sorry, right next to each other, right together. So we have deceit and to be fair. How interesting. All right, so let's take your oracle deck and we're going to ask the cards to give us some messages for pile number 3 for the week ahead. That's 3. What messages do we have for pile number 3 for the week ahead? It's 5, 6, 7, and we will shuffle one more time here, and 8. So we're going to put this aside in case we need it. And let's see what we have for you, pile number 3. This is your Sunday card, the High Priestess. Wow. Right away, we're starting out with the powerful cards for you, pile number 3. And this is your Monday card, the 8 of Swords. And Tuesday, the Lover's card. Oh my gosh, look at this. Right underneath the Art of Seduction. So sometimes the Lover's card is for, I shouldn't, you know, I'm not positive until we see the whole week, but sometimes the Lover's card is a choice card, but this one is probably going to be love. I have to say it, pile number 3. So we have, this is Wednesday. Ooh, the 7 of Pentacles. I think the same card in the same position from another deck came up for pile number 1. I think it came out on Wednesday. All right, so this is Thursday's card, the 5 of Swords. I think this is so crazy. The 5 of Swords has come out for every single reading, and I believe it has been every single reading, it has been on the same day. If not the same day, it's been on Thursday or Friday. It kind of gives me chills when things like this happen. Pile number 3, I just have to say, it's so wow. So the 5 of Swords. I kind of lost track of what I was thinking because it's such a coincidence. It's so funny. We know there's no coincidences, right? So, so this is the Friday card. The World. Wow, pile number 3. Pile number 2 also had the World card. So here's this, and then here's your Saturday card. Did I tell you this is the Love card? Pile number 3. All right. Okay, we're going to get to this. This card is your energy for the overall week, but I just have to say. All right. The Lover's card sometimes can symbolize love, but this 2 of Cups is the romantic love card. This card is more of a Lover's card than the Lover's card. And it's no coincidence that since this can have more than one meaning, it can mean love, it can mean a choice. This came right underneath the Art of Seduction for us. And then this came up. It doesn't need any secondary, you know, read, you know, it doesn't need any clarification. It came out straight up as it's the Love card. So I'm so curious. This is your card for the overall energy for the week. It's the Hierophant, and you know what one of the Hierophant meanings is? It's love. I'm sorry, it is marriage. Marriage and stable family and home life, things like that. So Okay, so pile number 3, what do we have here? I mean, I'm going to read the oracle cards first here. We have this Art of Seduction and Bloom. Very similar energy. I mean, look at their faces. Look at these two people's faces here. Pile number 3, their expression and their just direct gaze, it's so similar. They're mirroring each other. It's like they're staring right into your mind. They know exactly what they want. Is this you, pile number 3? Feels like you are manifesting love like crazy. Most of you are. Feels like most of you are manifesting love like crazy. If you're not manifesting love, you are manifesting, then it's your manifestation itself. You love it. You love it, pile number 3. You are birthing this manifestation that is completely and utterly fundamental to what you want and what you desire in your entire life. It means the world to you, pile number 3. This manifestation means the world to you. But this did not happen by mistake either. We have this. I was wondering about this Deceit card, but I usually don't do this, but this is Thursday's card. Came right underneath Thursday, and it's so significant. I feel like we're being shown this card. It's like the significance of this card has built up over all 3 readings. So this feels like the most significant card in the reading because it's cubed, because it's been in all 3 readings. This card, pile number 3, this card, the 5 of Swords. It's this figure in the foreground has won a battle, and they have all 5 swords. This figure has taken away the swords of his opponents. And we see some of his opponents in the background. They're walking away. They're completely defeated. They are completely defeated. But the thing is, with this card, is that if this figure in the foreground needs help, if this figure in the foreground needs a place to stay tonight, because you see all of the clouds are coming, the seas look a little rough and gray and murky. It looks like a storm is brewing. So this figure in the foreground has won and has taken everything away from his opponents. But he might have all of the accolades and he might have all the wealth, but he doesn't have any friends. He doesn't have anyone to share his victory with. He doesn't have anyone to share his victory with. And this Deceit card didn't come up right above this 5 of Swords for no reason. There's something. We're going to continue. Well, we're going to continue. What I'm saying is we're going to continue and come back to this. I'm kind of reading these days out of order because it feels like more unified. It feels like a more unified message than I usually see in these week ahead readings. But pile number 3, you have such love for your manifestation. no matter whether it's romantic love that you're manifesting or not, means the world to you. Pile number 3, this manifestation means the world to you. We are, oh, and the lovers. Why did I forget the lovers? Pile number 3, you are completely and utterly in love with your manifestation. You're in love with the person you're manifesting. If you're manifesting love, which just looks like 99% of you are, it's so strong. Look at all these cards that just are saying the same thing. It's like you want this stability, this love, this you want this. This is your world. This is what you are manifesting. What you're manifesting means the world to you, and it is the world to you. If that makes sense. It's like it is the thing that you see yourself as. It's not just the thing that you have. I'm sorry, it's not just the thing that you want. It feels like you think that once you have it, you can become this person that you want. And I feel like the deceit here is telling you, pile number 3, that you already are the person that you need to be to get this manifestation, and that your acceptance of the fact that you already are the person that is seducing or being seduced, whatever you like. So let me try to clarify this. You see yourself as the person being seduced or the person doing the seducing, most of you. If it's not love that you're manifesting, you can just use this for anything else. You either see yourself as doing the things to be famous, let's say, or you see yourself as being famous or chasing fame. There's something that you're seeing. You're seeing yourself as one or the other of these two people, of these two figures. But you see yourself as one of these two figures once you get your manifestation. You see yourself as this lovely woman wearing this beautiful flower dress. You see yourself as this lovely man wearing this evening dress. Evening dress as an evening outfit. The thing is, pile number 3, you already are that person now, and you just need to accept it. And the deceit is you deceiving yourself that you are not the person that already has the manifestation right now. Pile number 3, you are that person right now. No question. There's zero question. You are that person right now. You're the lover. You're in the relationship. You have the world. That is you. And these two cards, I'm going all over the place, but this is just how this reading has to come out. Pile number 3, you are ready to harvest your hard work. This 7 of Pentacles is harvesting the crop. This is you harvesting, pile number 3. You're harvesting. You're harvesting your blooms right now. And this Hierophant, this is stability. This is complete and utter immersion in the role of the you that it's complete and utter immersion in the role you are envisioning for yourself. But Pile number 3, you are that person. I feel like this 8 of Swords is telling you, pile number 3, that you already are unbound. You already are unbound. You already are, I'm trying to say this better. You already are unfettered. You already are unstuck. Pile number 3, you already are the person that you need to be to get your manifestation. It makes, there's no happenstance to the fact that these 2 cards came up one after the other. The High Priestess is a manifestation card. She's manifesting what she desires. She's sitting in her power, manifesting what she desires. She is unfettered. She is free to, it's not imagining what you want. You are breaking free. You are blooming. You are blooming. Look at how similar these are. This bloom word is this card. She's blooming. She's wearing blooms. She is the bloom. She's blooming out of the bloom. You are the person that you have to be already to have your manifestation. It's just you deceiving yourself that you're not yet. You're already the person that you have to be to get your love, that means the world to you. You just have to accept it. It's the only thing. The only thing, pile number 3. You are the stability. You are the one who is I'm trying to, yes, oh my gosh. I was wondering what this meant. You have to be fair to yourself. You have to be fair to yourself because you already are the person that has the love. You already are the person that has the money. You just have to watch the events unfold. You just have to walk across the bridge of incident that brings you your manifestation. Your manifestation is right on the other side of this bridge. You're at some point on the bridge. You're just having to walk across the rest of it, and you have your manifestation. You are the bloom, pile number 3. You are the one who is loved. You are the one who is stable. You are the one who has the world. You are the one harvesting already what you have manifested. This energy right here is the one that you're deceiving yourself about, pile number 3. And you're just amazing. You're amazing. You are manifesting completely unfettered, pile number 3. I feel I've kind of jumped around because that's just the way this needs to be. I usually go day by day, but this is just the way this whole reading took place. I'm wondering, I feel like there's another message that we might need here. I'm going to take a couple cards from this deck. I feel like there must be another message here for you, pile number 3. I'm going to take these 2 cards. Sounds weird, but I just feel like there's a message for you. The Ace of Cups, this new beginning, this new blossoming of emotional fulfillment, pile number 3. The Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is just so... There is another message that came with these. This is your new beginning. You're at the new beginning, pile number 3. You are the person that you need to be to have this manifestation. And I feel like you've been wanting to work on yourself, get your own this, be better this way, be better that way, whatever, but you're being told, pile number 3, that you already are the person that you need to be. So really, all you have to do is just refine what you want. You don't need to look within anymore. You don't need to work on yourself anymore. You don't need to this or that. You just need to stop deceiving yourself that you're not worthy, that you're not the person that already has what you are manifesting. Be that person, and you just need to make some choices about refining your manifestation, refining what you really want. Looking into your own mirror, pile number 3, and saying, what do I truly want, and what exactly do I want? Yes, I want this relationship, but what exactly do I want? What exactly do I want? Does this person like to do exactly the hobbies I do, or do they like to do this other thing while I do my hobbies myself? That's just an example, but refining the manifestation, not working on yourself because you don't need to anymore. You don't need to. Maybe you never did. I don't know. I'm hoping that you are seeing the powerful message that I am. You need to be fair to yourself because you already have bloomed. You already are this person. Look, again, I just want to show you. Look at this face. It's the same face. It's the same expression. It's the same knowing. Pile number 3, that's you, that you're in the knowing, even if you don't believe. The only thing is that you're not believing in yourself enough. And then once that happens, this is you, pile number 3. You're very, very, very powerful. You in the knowing is the most powerful being on this planet. So just being fair to yourself, stop deceiving yourself that you're not enough, because you are. You are the person that already has it all, pile number 3, and that is your reading. I know you enjoyed this reading. It's very powerful. I can't believe that all 3 piles had the same exact card in the same position. So you, pile number 3, can stop deceiving yourself and truly know that you already do have it all. You are the person that has what you desire. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If you did enjoy this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future readings. I'm really happy that you spent time with me today, and I will see you very soon. Bye.